this is Loretta Calvert, Legally Quirky. We are reading my book, Say Yes to Yourself, and today we're up to chapter 4, and we're going to talk about how dating apps are primarily for sex. Mr. Not-So-Model Father was an accountant and had 3 daughters. I had a theory that if a man had daughters, he would be more respectful of women. God, I was so wrong. Not-So-Model Father was from Ecuador and fit the definition of tall, dark, and handsome. Not my usual blue or green-eyed guy, but hey, personality and a job are good boxes to check off. We met on a dating app. Mistake. Do not use dating apps if you want a serious relationship. Dating apps, no matter what they advertise, are strictly used by men for hookups. I thought only Tinder was all about sex, but no, they all are. I did not know that at that time, though, and so I fell for the marketing of the app that boasted long-term committed relationships. And I thought I was paying for a different breed of app. I was new to dating in this century and quite gullible. I believed when people posted pictures, they were recent pictures. I believed when people put an age that was their real age on their driver's license. I put down hobbies I actually did, not stuff I might do one day. I never lied on my dating profile. Not about my age, my job, or my marital status. And yes, there were married men on these dating sites. I might have fudged on my location, but that was as a safety measure. See Chapter 3, Mr. Dateline. However, my love of children and dogs was true. When I saw Not-So-Model Father had 3 children, I was excited. Here was a man who was proud to be a father with all girls, and he was outdoorsy. We flirted by text and had polite exchanges. We went to the next step and exchanged real telephone numbers to communicate off the app. That was when things went sideways. After a normal conversation, during our next conversation, he asked if I had any funny dating stories. And so I told him about Mr. Patio Furniture Guy. That's chapter 1. Not-So-Model Father proceeded to tell me about the squirter he dated, who still lived with her mom. Another woman he dated had a DUI and an interlock device on her car, and also had no shame about being naked when he went to pick her up for their first date. The sex talk during that phone call was ridiculously graphic and so out of character from what we had previously discussed, I was shocked. I wondered if he had been drinking before the call. I actually asked him where he was calling from. He was driving to a recital that was 20 miles away from his home. So now, honestly, I was trying to figure out what had gone wrong. I was raised, as many women are, to be agreeable and nice. What I should have done is when the graphic talk started on the phone was to hang up and block him immediately. He also told me that while he was married, he had, and this is in quotation marks in the books because this is the actual word he used, sexcations in Latin America. He mentioned it as casually as you would tell someone that you are left or right-handed. I laughed nervously and got off the phone as quickly as possible. If he was that graphic and free on the phone, I didn't want to think about what our first date might be like. And also, he told me about side effects of certain medications that he was on and how they affected his penis. Now, as I mentioned before, each chapter ends with takeaways. Again, this one it's a few takeaways, but mainly if someone starts talking to you inappropriately on the phone, go ahead and just hang up and block them. My book, again, it's available on Amazon. It's also available at the Legally Quirky website. And I will be back on another day to read you chapter 5, and then